President Obama and Prime Minister Modi will meet very soon again. They've been meeting very frequently. The context, of course, in 2016 is different from the context of 2 years ago. The context today is the fact that after 20 years of causing havoc in the cotton sector, the American company Monsanto is now facing trials everywhere. In India, where the government is acting on seed price regulation and royalty regulation. In Argentina. In Europe, they haven't been able to renew their licenses for selling glyphosate, Roundup. Across the world, a poison maker is being held to account. And yet, it's precisely at this time intellectual property rights policy is being carried by Prime Minister Modi to make United States happy. Happy by handing over our biodiversity and traditional knowledge that we have so carefully protected. We've carefully protected it through culture over millennia. We've carefully protected it in the post-WTO era through laws that are both systematic, scientific, and consistent with WTO requirements. The key laws that are vital to the people of India and their rights are the patent law, which has an Article 3D, which says small changes in a substance cannot be treated as an invention. This is how the Novartis patent on cancer drugs was stopped by our patent officers and the Supreme Court of India. That drug would have cost more than 1.5 lakhs of treatment a month compared to the 10,000 rupees of treatment a month with the generic drugs. We have an Article 3J, which was used to reject a Monsanto climate resilience patent. Monsanto and other big biotech giants are now running to control the seeds that our farmers have bred for dealing with drought, dealing with salt tolerance, flood tolerance. All these are being redefined as corporate inventions when all it is corporate crime of biopiracy. An intellectual property rights law must defend our biodiversity, not hand it over. A second very, very important part of our law is the Biodiversity Act. The Americans are attacking it intensely. There are delegations visiting our government offices, which should be absolutely illegal in a sovereign country. In addition to that, every law and every decision the government makes is being rolled down under pressure. The Environment Ministry, whose mandate is only to govern for biosafety, is now becoming a big promoter of GMOs to keep America happy. And Monsanto today has reverted back to its original entity. During the war, there was a company called Monbay, Monsanto and Bayer together. They made the poisons for both sides of the war. For them, it doesn't matter. They have no side. Now Bayer and Monsanto are merging again. Bayer has made a bid of 62 billion. At this point of time, Prime Minister Modi needs to remember he has to be representative of 1.2 billion Indians, most of them very poor, most of them farmers, and it's their biodiversity that sustains them. He cannot go to the White House as a representative of the three giant corporate criminals who have already hijacked governance and democracy in the United States. They should not be allowed to take over India. It is time to reclaim our sovereignty, our diversity, the rights of our people, our sovereign laws, and work within our constitution. He is, after all, not a salesman for Monsanto. He is the head of the state of the most powerful country when you measure it in terms of knowledge, biodiversity, and the brilliance of its people.